this episode, we take my camper van into the Canadian wilderness for a 2-day adventure, capturing some scenes of a lifetime.
Basically anything from 100 to the left is available, so if you give me a number I can tell you. Just make sure that one's on your van and one's on your post, please.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Enjoy. Take care. Map?
Oh, I have one, thank you. What's going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another spontaneous Lindy's Life vlog. Today we're getting back into van life. I'm going to be spending the next 3 days in the Canadian wilderness living out of the back of my camper van conversion. Right now I'm at Bon Echo Provincial Park. I'm just going to get settled into this campsite and then we'll let the exploring begin. So I'm actually super excited. This is my first van life trip that I got my bike with me. I wasn't aware that the bike could fit in my van with the bed, so that's a huge bonus because Bon Echo is a really big park. So now I'm going to be able to just bike around, see all the cool trails instead of having to walk and drive and switch to van location every single time. To take one for you guys? Come on, hard to beat it. This is just absolutely beautiful. As you can probably tell, the main highlight and attraction of Bon Echo is this insane cliff or rock wall, whatever you want to call it. But Bon Echo is a super special place, and I haven't been here since about grade 10, 11, I believe it was. I'm not too sure exactly, but I had this class called Outdoor Pursuits. It was the whole morning, first 2 periods, and every single week we did a new activity. It was biking, camping, canoeing, whatever the case may be, but every single week was a new sport, and you had to apply to get into this class. It was like a whole interview process. Everyone wanted to do it. Fortunately, I got in, but anyways, the final exam was coming to Bon Echo, and we had to do a camping trip for a few days, and this was the first spot where I actually had a bear encounter. Now, I never saw the bear personally, but my teacher had to get out of the tent and start screaming and making noises to try and scare it away because it was sniffing around trying to get at our food. Speaking about food, I'm gonna head back to the campsite now, and I got a pretty cool surprise to show you guys.
Hello. How are you? Good, thanks. Quickest way to Sawmill? This way?
Take the road down to the right.
Yeah.
Follow that and you'll get the
Perfect.
The entrance.
Thank you.
Here it is. The homies over at All Power sent me this R600 power bank with this 140 watt solar panel, so when I'm out and about I'm gonna have juice constantly. Now this thing could charge 8 different devices at once. Like I said, I just got it, so I haven't used it yet, but I have a lot of gear that needs to get charged up, so let's test this thing out. Okay, so we got everything all plugged in here, and I'm charging multiple devices at once. Got the GoPro charging, my main camera batteries, got the wireless charging port up here charging my phone, also got the laptop running, and I am very impressed with this little thing. There's a light right here just in case. And then obviously it's not sunny right now, so I can't utilize the solar panel, but here it is. It is huge, it folds up nice, and the quality is very impressive. So shout out to All Powers for sending me this device. Now I highly recommend you click the link in my description to read all about this product because the specs are highly impressive. And if there's anything else that you like on the All Powers website, they hooked up my subscribers with a little discount code. So if you type in Evan Lindy at checkout, it's gonna save you 10%. So thank you to All Powers for supporting the channel and keeping me fully charged when I'm out and about. Now
now it's time for me to make a little dinner. All right, we are back on the bike, gonna head down to the lake for sunset, and by the water is actually the only place where I have cell service, so gotta call the girlfriend, say goodnight, you know the drill. Alright guys, well a few hours have passed now. I'm down by the water, got caught up talking to a local for a bit. He was telling me all about the cliffs and the trees and super interesting stuff, but I need a bike back to my campsite now. Luckily I do have a light on my bike, but this is going to be an interesting ride back to say the least. Whew. Okay, finally made it back, and that was sketchy to say the least. We are on the iPhone. I made it back to the van, and it is pitch black out here. It's only 8:30, but if I shut off the light, you cannot see a thing. So my question of the night is, do I go in the van, just hang out, edit some videos, or do I burn that firewood that I paid for? Got a little fire ripping here, and I know I mentioned earlier that this is bear territory, and it most definitely is. You just have to be a little more cautious when it comes to food and cleaning up and stuff like that. Luckily I am sleeping in my van, so my safety, it's a little better. But for me personally, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm out in the woods all by myself like this, I'm not scared of animals. I'm scared of people. Just doing a little editing, relaxing in the back of the van here, and I think this is the point where I'm going to wrap up this episode. Be sure to tune in next week because it's going to resume in the morning, and I'm also going to do a full little tour of this whole van conversion. So if you're curious to see that, tune in next Sunday. Much love, guys, and I'll see you later.